Hello, my name is Anna and I love trying vintage recipes. I'm out of town this week, so unfortunately I wasn't able to film anything new for you. But here's what I did instead. I pulled together my Halloween videos from years past to help get you in the mood for spooky season. So please enjoy this compilation while you carve pumpkins, do a couple of really scary loads of laundry, or load your terrifying dishwasher. Whatever you want to do. But please enjoy, and I'll be back with new videos soon. Today, I'm going to be preparing ghost cake with flaming eyes, and get ready for this photo. You guys, I'm so excited about this cake. I never made this cake growing up. Perfect timing, it's Halloween, we got a spooky cake. Let's get started. In order to make your ghost cake with flaming eyes, you are going to need 1 package of yellow cake mix with pudding. Betty Crocker, of course. In the interest of saving time, I did end up baking this and cooling it ahead of time. You just bake it according to package directions in a 9x13 pan. You're also going to need 2 sugar cubes, a teaspoon of lemon extract, and some black licorice string, which I couldn't find. What I ended up getting is some pull and peel. So my ghost is just going to be wearing lipstick this season. The last ingredient, a package of fluffy white frosting mix. I have run into this before. I cannot find these frosting mixes in store. I did find some online, but it was something like I would have to purchase 12 boxes for $50. I didn't really want to do that. Great deal, but I'm not going to use 12 packages of fluffy white frosting mix. I did end up finding on the Betty Crocker website a recipe for fluffy white frosting. It is an egg white based icing. A little bit nervous about them. It should be fine, but there's also going to be some boiling sugar that I have to stream into them. So here's what you're going to need to make fluffy white frosting. You're going to need 2 egg whites at room temperature. You'll need 1/2 cup of white sugar. You will need 1/4 cup of light corn syrup, 2 tablespoons of water, and then a teaspoon of vanilla extract. One thing I forgot to mention, when you're making your cake, set aside the eggshells. You are going to need them to decorate the cake. I'm debating whether or not I should use my stand mixer or my hand mixer. There's like 10 minutes of beating that has to go into this, which makes me lean towards stand mixer. Okay. Luckily, it's not too far away. I know exactly what I'm doing. In medium bowl, beat egg whites with an electric mixer on high speed until stiff peaks form. I didn't leave these out for a full 30 minutes, and I hope that's okay. They're not like freezing cold. I turned my back for like 1 second, and this is what happened. Holy cow. It said to beat them for 10 minutes, but I guess that was, you know, you're using a hand mixer. I think this is like almost where it needs to be. I hope I didn't like overdo it. Is this right? If this doesn't work for whatever reason, I do have a little bit of a backup plan, so. It says in 1 quart saucepan, stir sugar, corn syrup, and water until well mixed. Cover and heat to a rolling boil over medium heat. We're gonna do sugar, the water, then the corn syrup. I oiled this measuring cup, so hopefully this will come out like pretty easily. Kind of, oh my. All right, is this an indication of how this is gonna go? Lost my grip on reality and this measuring cup. All right, I've stirred that to, Yes, I've stirred it together. That's not a word. And heat it to a rolling boil. Once it starts to boil, I'm supposed to uncover it, let it cook for 4 to 8 minutes without stirring, and then I have to monitor the temperature as well. It has to hit 242 degrees. It is boiling. I have set a timer, and I'm gonna check the temperature. It's already at 229. Let me reread those instructions. So I'm unclear as to whether it like hits 242, then I cook it for 4 to 8 minutes, or I'm supposed to cook it for 4 to 8 minutes until it hits 240. I don't know. We're gonna go with it, and this is an adventure for all of us. We're gonna just like take it down a bit because it's at like 250. I can see why they wanted a kid to use this fluffy white icing mix rather than trying to make this frosting from scratch. I'm a grown up and I'm not confident in my ability to make this. Betty, I hope this works. I've turned it all the way down and it is way above temperature, like way above what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna turn it off. Going to see if I let it cool down to 242, if that helps. And then I'm gonna try to make this icing. This is not gonna work. I am not feeling very hopeful right now. I just wanted a festive ghost cake. You know what? Let's go. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna protect my hands because on top of everything else, I do not wanna get burned by this stuff. What I'm supposed to do next is beat this on medium and add this in a slow stream. And once all of it's added, I beat it for 10 minutes on high. I don't like the look of this. I think this is bad. I think this is very bad. Oh no. That was wrong. That did not work. Oh no. Here's where I think I went wrong. Like it kind of worked, but not completely. I think that I had the sugar too hot when I poured it in. You can see where it formed like crystallized little strands everywhere, like on the beater, on the bowl. It looks like it's kind of getting there, but there's no way that these crystals are gonna be broken up at all. I'm gonna taste it. Okay, it's like a marshmallow icing. I'm tempted to use it. Is there enough there? I don't think that there's enough there for an entire ghost. Here's what we're gonna do. Wendy over at Simply Wendy has this amazing whipped cream cheese, like whipped cream icing that she made for a cookies and cream cake. I made that icing for a different cake and it was phenomenal. I think I'm gonna try to make that. Wendy's icing, I know, I've tested, it works, it's delicious. You should make it for something, and I will link that recipe down below. Let's get this out of the way. Let me just say that this is a very good reason to have 2 bowls for your stand mixer. I have the metal bowl that it came with, and then I have the glass bowl that I just covered in molten sugar. That's gonna be fun to clean up. So I'm not gonna list the individual amounts of ingredients for this icing. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and just link it down below. I promise you this recipe is amazing. Thank you, Wendy, for saving my bacon. First, you add your cream cheese to the bowl, and then you just beat it a little bit until it is creamy. I did soften this for a little bit in the microwave. You don't want to go too crazy because you don't want it to melt. So next you're going to add your powdered sugar and your vanilla. And then you're supposed to beat this on medium speed for about 2 minutes until the sugar and the cream cheese are all combined. Already this looks so much better than the other one. I'm supposed to turn the mixer back on low, and then I'm gonna stream in my heavy cream. So now that I have all the heavy cream in there, I'm supposed to turn this up to high speed for 1 to 2 minutes until stiff peaks form. Looking good. Okay, I'm feeling much better now. Wendy, I owe you one. This is looking so beautiful. It took so much less time than that other icing. It's gonna work so great for this. I don't know why I just didn't do this in the first place. Fluffy white icing is on the bad list. This, however, I'm feeling good about it. I think Betty Crocker was playing a trick on me for Halloween. This is so beautiful. I know it tastes good. Like, it looks amazing. It's fluffy. Like, why didn't I just do this in the first place? Here's the finished product. It's like not heavy. There was only 3/4 of a cup of confectioner sugar in this, so it's not like heavy or grainy or anything. It's so light, and it's like not overly sweet. So you've got that like nice mix. It's like a very somehow light but still rich icing with like the whipped cream and the cream cheese. So I can't say enough good things about this. Please go visit Simply Wendy. She has a great channel. She's an amazing baker. Thank you again, Wendy. So with the icing in hand, I think it's time for me to switch over to cake decorating mode. After the cake is cool, measure across one short edge of the cake and mark the center with a wooden pick. We marked the center. Measure 4 inches down each long edge and mark with picks. So 4 inches down is right there. I was looking up other ghost cakes on YouTube and such. All of the ghost cakes were so elaborate compared to this one, and I'm struggling so much with it. Cut the cake between the center wooden pick and the side picks in a curve. And we may have a lopsided ghost. I mean, let's be honest here. It's not gonna be like bakery quality work, but that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for fun. Slide the cut corners down the sides to about the center of the cake. Sliding the cut corners down. My ghost is looking like Mothman or like a bat. This kind of looks like a bat. Turn the corners so the cut sides are up. Corners like that, or like, oh my gosh. Okay, I get it. That makes sense because it's kind of like, hey, make the arms look as if they're reaching for you. Spooky. Okay, I get it now. I had to read that a few times, but I get it, and it's fun, and it's coming for ya. Frost the cake with the spatula. So I have my little offset spatula. Hot tip, I did notice the other day when I was at Dollar Tree that they now have offset spatulas like this. I can't attest to the quality. If you want to give it a try, yeah, you might want to see if your store has them too. They had other cake decorating items as well. I was really surprised. This might be a very sad ghost. As long as it tastes good, that's what matters, right? Kind of nervous about these little arms. Little frosting paws. I'm not winning prizes for this. The arms are like especially fiddly. I would suggest that if you are a kid and you want to make this, get some adult supervision, but just not this one. Like, don't get this adult to supervise you because it's not going to go very well. Okay, you know what? It's mostly covered. Okay. Oh, I completely missed. I completely missed a little bit of this arm. Did you see that? Okay, we're leaving it. You're gonna see it from this way. So, you know, I think we're kind of there, if you can see it. But now we're gonna do the fun part, and that is the eyes and the mouth. I was definitely snacking on these a little bit to get me through that horrible ordeal that was that other icing that I made. I think I'm gonna do like a little O. Yeah, okay, this is cute, this is cute. So out of these eggshells, I have to choose the best ones. Oh my gosh, yes! This is the best part, this is the best part. Oh my gosh. So what you do next is you take 2 sugar cubes, 1 for each eye, you drop them in the eggshells, like this. So there's 2, there's 1 in each. Grab your lemon extract, and it says like a teaspoon. I'm not even gonna measure this because it's not for flavor at all. You're gonna put a little bit on each sugar cube. Whoops. I might have gotten some on the cake. There's just gonna be a little bit of a lemony flavor on that piece. Here is the really fun part, and I hope this works. You're gonna light these on fire. That's where the flaming eyes come in. Okay, yes, it is on fire. I should have done this at night because I don't think you can see it, but you can smell that burning eggshell. I'm gonna replace that one. We did it, kind of. Oh no. I'll just let that go for now. So that's it. That's my ghost with flaming eyes. I can kind of see why maybe I didn't make this when I was a kid. Oh boy, those do not smell good. Okay, yep, that effect does not last long because it does start to singe. Right now this ghost doesn't have any eyes, but you saw hopefully what the effect was supposed to be. Well, thank you so much for coming with me on this journey. This one was a lot more than I expected. But you know what? It was fun. I'm really glad I finally got to make this cake. Let's make some spooky pretzels. Dipping pretzels can be a really fun, really easy way to make a very festive treat no matter the holiday. These are just a couple of ideas that I found and wanted to try, but I'm sure there are a lot more out there. We are starting with pumpkins. You're going to start by measuring 6 ounces of candy melts into a microwave safe bowl, and then you want to add some coconut oil. I added half a teaspoon, and then microwave your bowl for short bursts of time. I did 10 to 20 seconds, stirring between each interval. Once you have fully microwaved your candy melts, you should end up with something like this. I have this lovely dipping gadget. You do not need one of these. I just wanted one of these. You can also use a fork. This does make it pretty easy to dip pretzels or Oreos or whatever you're dipping. But what you do is throw a pretzel gently, throw it gently into your melted mixture, and then make sure it's fully coated, scoop it out, and then tap it. And as you can see, my little gadget has some very lovely tines here that let all of that fall away. So then you gently place it on your wax paper, or in my case, I'm using a silicone baking mat. And I have some little mini green M&Ms here to use as stems. So you just stick that on while the chocolate is still melted and hasn't dried yet. You can easily find these candy melts at any craft store. You can find them at Walmart. I got mine at Meijer, or if you absolutely cannot find them, you can also order them on Amazon. And I'll link some of those in the description down below. Wow, I'm doing this sideways. If I'd thought to use a bigger bowl, I probably could do more than one at a time. Tap, 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 there we go. If I were perfect, I would get these all going in the same direction. But I think if you've watched this channel for long enough, you know I'm not perfect. You do have to act a little bit quickly with these candy melts. They do tend to sort of like thicken up and harden a little bit, but you can go in and just microwave them for like another 15 to 30 seconds or whatever it says on your package, just to kind of refresh them. So once you have a tray full of your little pumpkins, you can put those in the fridge until they're set. Now let's get to work on our spooky ghosts. So to make little pretzel ghosts, you want to go through the same process with your candy melts, except in this case, I'm using white candy melts. Some people prefer to use white chocolate chips. I'm not here to tell you what to do, so you get to choose whichever of those things that you like. You're gonna need your pretzels, your candy melts or white chocolate, and some adorable candy eyes. I sprang for the big box. I got various sizes here. Got a little bit of everything in this variety because you just never know when you're gonna need more candy eyes. You can never have too many candy eyes in your pantry. Very same process as the pumpkins pretty much. Drop in a pretzel and then kind of flip it over. Oh no, where'd you go? There it is. And then just kind of tap, 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 tap. And you can lay this on your baking mat or your wax paper. While the chocolate is still melted, you wanna add your eyes. So you just kind of add those right at the top there. And we have a little ghost. So let's do a couple more. Drop that right on in. Tap off that excess. Lay it on your mat. And this time I'm gonna try something a little different. I have this like sparkly sugar and I thought, why not add a little spooky sparkle? So we're gonna try, before I put the eyes on, to put a little bit of this sugar on. Going in with some more eyes. Spooky sparkle right there. I don't know if you can even see it. I think this would make a fun little neighbor gift as well. If you made a big batch of these, you could put them in little treat bags and hand them out to your friends and neighbors, just for a little fast and festive treat. They also kind of remind me of those Muppets. Does anybody know what I'm talking about when I'm saying those Muppets? I don't know what they were called, but I'll put a picture up so you can see what I'm talking about. But see, they have those little mouths. Ooh, you could do multicolored pretzels like this. If you were doing like a Muppet thing, you could probably make these in multicolors and they would look just like those Muppets. Come to me for more party ideas. I've also seen people make these into mummies. I think you just take some extra chocolate and kind of like streak it across with a fork, and that looks super cute as well. I'm kind of lazy, so I'm just doing ghosts. How cute are these? I'm so happy with how these turned out. They're just adorable. I actually really liked the look of the spooky sparkle, as I called it. So I ended up putting that sparkly sugar on most of the ghosts. I think it was just a lot of fun. It gave it kind of like an ethereal glow in my mind. Made it a little bit more ghostly. Great for a little neighbor gift. Great for your next Halloween party. They taste like chocolate dipped pretzels, which is what is supposed to happen. So mission accomplished, I guess. I actually really like that sugar on top. Now this last recipe for pumpkin fluff is a little bit on the sweeter side. So you could probably use this as either a snack or a dessert. And these are all of the ingredients. This is all you need to make it, is just these 4 things. So start with a cup of just canned pumpkin, solid pack, don't use pumpkin pie mix. Oh, that made a fun noise. And to that add 1 box of vanilla pudding mix. This is the smaller box, the 3.4 ounce. And half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And mix that together until well combined. And this is what we have so far. The final ingredient is 8 ounces of thawed whipped topping. Hopefully this is thawed. I left it out for a while, but we'll find out. Oh, it's mostly thawed. We'll see if we can get by. So you just fold in that whipped topping to your pumpkin mixture. Just make sure everything is well combined. And that's it. Pumpkin fluff. You can serve this alongside graham crackers, ginger snaps. I have some bite-sized vanilla wafers that I'm gonna use. This is a good recipe that you can adapt to be lower in sugar as well. So instead of regular whipped topping and regular pudding mix, you can swap that out for sugar-free if you've got someone in your family, or maybe yourself if you're trying to eat a little less sugar. It's bacon fill time. I first discovered the bacon fill because of Melinda from Unboxing Betty. She had one of these growing up. She used it in a video for her ladybug cake. I will be sure to link that up in the corner and in the description down below. I managed to find one of these at Goodwill in the wild. And I talked about this in a video. I said I didn't know what I wanted to make with it. I wasn't really sure. My friend Sarah came to the rescue and said, why don't you decorate a cake like a pumpkin? Of course, why didn't I think of that? And I happened to find this photo as inspiration on Pinterest. I'm just gonna do a box cake mix. This This is more for fun. This is more about like decorating a cake. We'll see how it goes because you know, if you have watched me for any period of time, that I'm not great at decorating cakes. Off we go. So I am gonna start by preparing my pans. I'm supposed to lightly grease each component. So this is the base pan, pour your cake mix in here. And then this goes on top to make sort of like a cavity that you would fill with something. It says to use shortening. That is all ready to go. So I'm gonna be doing this, so I have to prepare this side. Pans are all prepared, and now I'm going to start mixing the cake mix together. I'm using a Betty Crocker super moist milk chocolate cake mix. This is gonna be like a chocolate cake with sort of like a chocolate cream filling. It's not pumpkin flavored, it's just decorated like a pumpkin. Cake mix, water, oil, 3 eggs. Ooh, coming in with the hand mixer. I'm going to fill the pans. What do I do? So I have to fill this one. There's like a fill line inside. The fill line is like right there. Do not overfill. I don't want this overflowing into my oven. The bacon-filled journey has begun. And then this is my base pan. So it's a very shallow round pan. This one cannot be more than half full. I just got chocolate cake mix all over. So I'm gonna fill this. So I have these 2 filled. So then you have to put this on top and then you slide it into place. Oh, here we go. You have to bake them at the same temperature, but at 2 different amounts of time. The base pan, this little skinny guy, 28 to 30, and then the other one, 40 to 50. I'm gonna bake these, let them cool, and then it's time to fill. The cakes are cooling back here, just to show you what I've got. The base cake, cooling on a rack. I have the domed part with like the little cavity for filling. While that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and make the filling for the cake. To fill the cake, you can use pretty much anything that you want. You can use ice cream, you can use pudding. As inspired by Melinda again from Unboxing Betty, I'm going to be sort of using the filling from the Angel Food Waldorf cake that she made. I can't find my 1971 Betty Crocker recipe card library at the moment. I had to like look at her video and pause it and write down the ingredients. It's kind of like a chocolate whipped cream filling. I have my very, very cold metal bowl here. And to that, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of heavy cream. This is gonna end up being a 2-day video, I can tell already. After I fill the cake, I have to chill it for at least an hour. So I think I'm just gonna go overnight and then decorate it tomorrow. 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. I'm gonna make a mess. I always make such a mess with powdered sugar, it's ridiculous. Some cocoa powder. So we've got our cocoa powder and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. I'm just gonna eyeball that too. Like we're just gonna do like a little pinch of salt in there. We're gonna start on a slow speed because I've got a lot of powdered sugar and like cocoa powder and stuff and I don't want it to like whoosh up in my face. It's whooshing a little. Ooh, that is good. That is looking good. It looks like it tastes really good too. That is what my delicious filling looks like. Kind of want to eat it with a spoon. I'm not supposed to take this out of the pan until after I filled it. And I definitely made a lot more filling than I need for this cake. So I'm spooning this in. Oh, I got a little enthusiastic and it kind of went over the side. So hopefully this works. I think I've filled this sufficiently. Place the dome and the base cakes in refrigerator or freezer. If I stray a little bit, is it gonna be bad? I'm gonna put my base cake over this, press firmly to seal. I'm getting enthusiastic and I've like cracked it kind of, just like. So I'm gonna put a little bit of just like plastic wrap over this because I don't want it to get super dried out in the fridge. We're gonna put this to bed in the fridge overnight and I will see you tomorrow for decoration time. It's a new day. The cake is chilling out in the fridge and now I'm going to make icing and I'm gonna use Betty Crocker's home style fluffy white frosting mix. Honestly, I've never used this as an actual icing. This ingredient pops up in a lot of Betty Crocker recipes from the past. It is not easy to find, but I did manage to find a little store near me that carries it, luckily, because otherwise you kind of end up buying it from Amazon and you buy 12 boxes. I don't know anybody that needs 12 boxes of this. All you do is add 1/2 cup of boiling water and then you beat it with your electric mixer for 5 to 7 minutes. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. now. I do have a plan B just in case. Fingers crossed, we'll try our best. I have some water boiling in my electric kettle back here. Oh yeah, I can really smell it. Holy cow, that is a very sweet smell. It says it makes enough to frost a 13 by 9 inch cake or an 8 or 9 inch layer cake. Ooh, I just inhaled. Whoa, inhaled some of that in the air. Okay, my half cup of water. All right, I'll see you in 7 minutes. It is indeed getting fluffier. It looks a lot like marshmallow cream. Ooh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh lordy. All right, I cannot resist a taste before I get this on the cake. That has a weird taste. Okay, well, we're gonna keep going. It's possible that I'm just not used to this type of icing, although I will say when I made my chocolate buttermallow cake, the consistency of the icing was very much like this and it tasted delicious, but I had to cook that over the stove for like 20 minutes or something crazy like that. But now that we have our icing, I wanna turn it orange because we're making a pumpkin. So I picked up this orange food coloring. I used like liquid food coloring for a previous cake and it didn't turn out well, so I went and specifically sought this out. Scoop out a little bit with a toothpick and kind of put it in there. Cute, but a little pastel for me. Look at this. Do you see this like consistent, like unbreaking line? I'm gonna try it quite a bit more. Hopefully it doesn't taste bad. Okay, this has got to be the final edition though, because we got to get to decorating. Don't want to be late for Halloween. That's as orange as I'm gonna go. It is still a little bit more pastel than I would want, but next it's a fun part. I'm gonna decorate the cake. I did put it in the freezer because I was kind of worried about the filling like spilling out or something if it wasn't thick enough. I don't know. I'm just worried about cake. First off, look at this thing. I was just gonna go ahead and try to decorate this on a plate as I usually do, but my next door neighbor, Lindsay, swooped in, came to the rescue and loaned me her like cake turntable. Look at, I mean, it's highly professional. Do I even deserve to use this? Probably not. Now we're gonna try to get this cake out and just hope to heck that it works. I'm gonna see if I can just do that. Wow, was I just being really brave there? I don't know that it's gonna work, you guys. Oh no. Covered. Oh, I need to collect myself. Well, I mean, we did it. I did it. You didn't help. You helped me in spirit. So now here is our beautiful little dome of cake. I mean, look at that right there. This is so sticky. I'm really kind of wishing I would have made it like a buttercream. I'm not going back now. This is like spider webs. Oh, fluffy white frosting mix. It's gonna be a little lumpy and bumpy, but you know what? Pumpkins are lumpy and bumpy. If anything, I'm making this more accurate. It's a little, now that I'm like staring at this color, it's really like very beigey. So remember that this photo is just for inspiration. I'm not going to make it look exactly like that. I'm not a wizard. So like, I'm thinking maybe a chopstick would be good to try and make those lines. Sorry, I have it like my image off camera this way, so if I keep looking over there, that's why. So I have the lines. I'm gonna start with the nose because that is like in the middle. These are my decorating materials. Let's use all the tools in the toolbox here, right? Is it too small? No, I think it's just about right. Oh, ho. Okay. For the eyes, I'm gonna use candy eyes because if you watched my pretzel video, you know how many candy eyes I have in my pantry. Draw my lines with this chopstick. Use that as a guide before I actually go in and like do it for real. This is a very jolly pumpkin face. Oh, this is not too bad. This is working okay. I think I'm making it like a really big mouth though. Oh, I am. And it has these like little like wrinkly like laugh lines here. So let's do those little laugh lines. So I looked for candy corn at 4 stores actually, and only one of them had it and it was in a gigantic bag and I was not ready to make that kind of commitment. So I'm gonna use slivered almonds for the teeth. Candy corn would have been perfect, but that's okay, we'll make do. Oh, this is very chompy. This is looking very chompy. Also, it's very hard for y'all to see. Can I tip it and not be in danger? Let's try this. Whoa, can you see? Can you see where I'm at with this? Wow, that is quite a smile. Yeah, this kind of looks scary because I'm putting so many teeth in there. It's getting a little less jolly. I was gonna do the eyes like they have them in the photo, but I kind of feel like if I attempt that, it's not going to look like a jack-o'-lantern. It's just gonna look like a weird orange face. So maybe if I do like the triangle eyes with my candy eyes. Try this guy. Isn't gonna be symmetrical. That's okay, because we're having a lot of fun, aren't we? I really hope you are. I was gonna do this like really big eye, like that, but maybe these little guys would be a little bit better. Oh no, I think big eye is the way to go here. I think we're gonna have him doing kind of a kooky look. I mean, this is a very kooky jack-o'-lantern. Do you need eyebrows? Do you? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw more of a little eyeliner there. Oh, sorry. We're gonna do little eyebrows. Yeah. I really wish that I had candy corn to do the teeth. I like the almonds. I don't know if you can see them very well. Try to lean this. Hello? Oh, can you see it? I still do kind of wish that it was a little bit more orange, but overall I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Let me put up the image that I was trying to recreate in some way compared to my cake. All that's really left is to give this a taste. I want to enjoy its little face the way it is, but I gotta try it and see how it is. I took lots of photos to commemorate the occasion though. What's the best plan of attack here? I think I'm just gonna go back here. I have to make sure I get some of the filling. That's kind of like the important part. Oh boy, I just got it right between the eyes. Okay. Oh, come on. Whoa. Cross section before I plop it on the plate. That filling I made is a little bit runny, so I am gonna be freezing this cake, I think. If I tried that again, I would probably stabilize it a little bit. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with how that came out. That's so much fun. Okay, well, I haven't gotten any of the icing, but the cake with the filling is pretty tasty. Actually, with the cake, I don't notice like the weird aftertaste in the icing anymore. I guess it's fine. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. I know it's not perfect, but it's got a fun little retro look to it, I think. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really had fun making it, and I hope you got some ideas for your Halloween festivities. If you happen to love vintage desserts just like I do, I have an entire playlist and I will link it in the description down below. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red button below. I post videos about food, vintage cookbooks, and retro recipes every week. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!